going on? What is going on? Charles Botensten here. Okay, so this is going to be Friday Thoughts. Friday Thoughts. Re-downloaded YouTube. So there's 3 Friday Thoughts that I just wanted to let you guys. By the way, look at that mess of cords that I have. Looks great up there, and then you have that mess of cords. So this is my Friday Thoughts. Is that as more things enter the marketplace to distract you, more apps, more social media, more cell phone, more technology, more shows, more content, more YouTube, more platforms, all of these things that are entering the marketplace. Guess what? Guess what? What does that mean to you? That gives you an opportunity to actually practice the tools that we talk about on this channel. Those tools are, is this the best use of my time? Am I practicing the one thing by Gary Keller? Am I actually doing this consistently every single morning? Okay. Everyone else, no one is reading. No one's reading. Book sales are down. Everyone is watching TV. Everyone is watching movies. Everyone's going on vacation. Everyone is doing the things that they should not be doing. Why am I saying this? Because there are less and less people actually doing what they need to do. They are doing less and less what actually needs to happen to bring them to where they want to go. Okay, so here are the things. Number one is it's easier out there. More people are getting distracted all the time. Even people that were really good at what they did. Say they're a bodybuilder or say they were really good at sales. Now they're so stretched thin based on all these things that they are paying for. It could be different sales systems, it could be different scripts, it could be different times of the day that they're calling, they're not doing their number one thing that they should be doing. So number one is it's easier out there. You should be welcoming. So we have a guy that joined to make sales calls every single morning. And I told him, I said, we should be happy that this marketplace is happening in real estate. Do you know why? Do you know why we should be happy that this marketplace is happening in real estate? Because everyone that joined for the wrong reasons is going to get incinerated. They're just going to leave. In 7 months, there's going to be 10% less, 15% less, 20% less. Why? Because it's not easy anymore. Everyone joined for the wrong reason. Everyone joins because it was easy. Everyone stayed because they can easily get business, easily sell, easily convince someone to work with them. When there's no business, when there's nothing to be had, guess what? They leave because they can't do the everyday sales calls. They can't do what needs to get done. They get distracted. They go on Instagram, they go on Facebook. They don't understand that all of that technology has hijacked their time, their mind power, all of that, okay? So number one is you should understand it's now easier to get what you want. Money, wealth. How many guys are actually approaching pretty girls? Just think about that. How many people are actually saving as much money as they can or spending on vacation or spending on new clothes or new app or going on Amazon? How many other people are actually doing what needs to get done? So that's number one. Number two is consistency is everything. It's not motivation. It's not when I feel like it. It's not the emotional release that you get from coming into work when you're really excited and you start making the sales calls. No, consistency on your number one thing. You do it when you don't feel like doing it. This is the most important reason why. If I come in and I'm tired, so I had a seminar that ended at 1:15. I got home to my apartment at 1:15. Guess what? Guess what? I'm tired. I didn't want to come in today. I didn't want to make sales calls. It's Friday. It's right before July 4th. Guess what my mind was saying? All of those things on drugs. All of those things. In other words, not on drugs, but all those things times 10. It knows your deep insecurity. It knows where to prod. It knows what's going to make you stay in bed, to snooze your alarm. Your mind is taking over. It takes over and it hijacks what you should do and what you should not do. So this is what you tell your mind when you actually are doing something you may not feel like doing, like coming into work and making sales calls. This is what happens is you walk in, your mind says, no, what are you doing? We should be here. This isn't it. We should be at home. We should actually be doing something that is benefiting us, which is comfort and staying in bed and sleeping and eating shitty food. That's what we should be doing. What are you doing? You understand that if you, as David Goggins says, control your mind, do as Brian Johnson says from Optimize.me says, when you least feel like doing it is when you most need to do it. Approaching that person, making the calls, going to the gym, not snoozing your alarm, eating that healthy food. When you least feel like doing it. Why? Because if you actually go in and you say, you know what, I'm a little tired. It's Friday, July 4th is coming up. I don't actually need to be here. And you stay home, your mind won, comfort won. And guess what? Do you know what happens when you sleep? When you sleep, your mind wires together even harder all of the habits that you did during that day. So you are literally wiring comfort into your neural pathways between the dendrites in your mind. The neural pathways that fire together, wire together. You already know that. Here's the third thing, is I don't want to keep on repeating it, but short term is not good. Short term is a mindset that it will kill you. You have to literally not care about the outcome. We haven't gotten an exclusive in 3 or 4 weeks, and we've been making sales calls. So an exclusive means that an owner wants to work with you. 3 to 4 weeks we've been working with or making sales calls, not one exclusive. What does that mean? Focusing on the process, the outcome, which is, I see my biceps, I'm lifting heavier weights. Maybe you lift a little bit heavier. Maybe that's a little bit different. But what if you don't? What if you actually don't start losing weight? Are you worried more about the outcome? That means it's a fad. That means you're doing it temporarily. That means you're doing it because you want to get into better shape for the summer, but you don't really care what happens after the summer. Or you're making sales calls because you owe money to the IRS or to pay down debt, but you don't really care what happens once you do that. Okay? That's not a system. A system is consistently doing it, like I said in number 2. But number 3 is you're not worried about the outcome. The outcome will come. The outcome is I've lost weight. I've made a lot of money. I've built a successful company. I have a girlfriend. I am perfectly fine and content because of all of this meditation that I've been doing. Don't worry about the outcome. It's tough to say, especially in this immediate gratification, same day shipping kind of era. Those are my Friday thoughts. If you guys have any questions, leave in the comments below. I can tell you right now, I'm super stoked because I'm doing the things I don't want to do. And when you're done, you have a feeling that I have right now. I can't give it to you. I can't give you this feeling. That's why when people talk about, I'm going to do this for you, that's not good. I'm going to give you all these free things. The government's going to give you all these free things. Or this company is going to give you all these free things. I was talking to a guy 2 days ago, and he said he just started at a new job. It's sales. So he laterally moved. In other words, it was the same industry, and he's not happy. 3 months he's been working there. Do you know why he's not happy? Because he's getting paid more, but he's just not happy with what he's doing. There's no passion behind it. So if there's no passion, it's not the money. Okay, in here, Philosophy 101, which I talked about in my Instagram stories, the number one thing is, as Friedrich Nietzsche says, is there's going to be a time that the external doesn't matter anymore. And you have to go internal. A lot of people don't go there. So it's not everyone goes through this. You have to make a conscious decision to go internal, to work on yourself. Because a lot of people focus on the external. That's what I did for pretty much 25 years of my life. Where are the nice restaurants I'm going? How are the clothes that I'm wearing? What's the job I'm doing? How much money am I making? Do I look cool on social media? Do I physically look good? How's my hair? How are all these all external? I wasn't working on myself. And I can tell you right now, I think it's Mental Awareness Month, June or July, I don't know, one of them. I've said it before, is that will be the next journey for humanity, because we've conquered everything else externally. internally, we still live with this every single day. You can't shut this down with alcohol or food or sex or porn. Anything. You can't shut it down. You have to live with this every single day. Music. Oh, I get to listen to music and I get to shut my brain down. I don't want to live with this brain. I don't want to live with this brain. That's all people are thinking about. I don't, no. There's thoughts of insecurities and what I don't have and lack. I don't want to live with that. And the reason being is there's two reasons actually. Number one is people aren't challenging themselves enough. And number two is that they're not actually growing in the area they want to change. So challenging themselves is a little outside their comfort zone. That could be physical. I think it's physical. I completely agree with David Goggins. But the second one is they're not actually growing at all. There is no growth in their life. And that growth could be personally with their spouse. It could be in their job. It could be in their money. It could be some confidence, some pathway forward. They don't see any growth. They just see stagnation. And then they start saying this one question: is this how it's always going to be? Is this how it's always going to be? Is this my life? Is this the rest of my life? And if they answer yes, they're fucked. They're screwed. Because they think this is the best it's going to get, and I'm not happy. So what do I have to do? How do I create happiness? Let's continue going external. Let's party. Let's be hungover. Let's go on vacation. Let's think it's my job or my spouse or dating apps or pornography or content online or The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or any other show, any other dumb show that's fulfilling the dreams of other people. You're fulfilling the dreams of that alcohol beverage company, that bar that you went to, the show that you're watching, all those actors that are on those shows. That's who you're fulfilling. All of them. That's it. So the two things, comfort and growth. That's it. And then on top of that, the three things that I said before, and I cannot stress this enough. It is not about the outcome. If my outcome said, why am I not a public speaker right now? I would probably be giving up on YouTube. A, I don't monetize this. B, this is taking up, I don't know, this is a 12-minute video. But I know I'm getting more comfortable. How do you let go of the outcome? There is a lot of really good books on this. Okay, so the first thing is, and I know I said it, but I just don't put any emphasis on social media. But there's two things. Number one is there's the capital E, ego, and there's capital S, self. Yin and yang, chaos and order, okay? So ego is, how do I look? Do I look cool? How's my social status? How many followers do I have? Am I making enough money? How am I feeling right now? Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I lonely? Am I depressed? Do I like this music? What about my boss? Does he like me? Am I gonna get a promotion? That is all ego. That is all ego. All of that. That is all chaos. Order is hard. Order is discipline. Order means you do the same thing every single day. The outcome is chaos. The outcome is ego gratification. Ooh, I look good right now. Or this picture's not that good, let's retake it. What are other people gonna think about this social post? What are people gonna think about my opinion? The self is really, really hard to do. But the self is the pathway. The self is creativity. The self is saying, this is my values. This is my morals, my ethics. The ego says, what do other people think about my morals, values, and ethics? The self is, this is it, okay? And if you live with that, in authenticity of that, I'll give you an example, because it's really hard to say it, metaphysically. An example is that here's the best example. So this morning, let's see, this girl gets on the elevator and she looked fantastic. She looked like she was done up. And I was going to say, wow, I'm like, are you going to a job interview? I'm like, you're dressed great for a Friday, or you're dressed, whatever, really nice for a Friday. You really put together for a Friday, whatever I was going to say, because most people are wearing shorts, they're running around, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't. So essentially, I'm saying attachment in our lives, attachment, yeah, Okay, so I'll get into that in a second. But I didn't. I didn't say anything. So my self, capital S, was a true, meaningful, genuine compliment to this person. My ego got in the way because I said, there's two other people on this elevator, or she has her headphones in, or what is she going to think about that? My ego got in the way when in fact myself was just thinking, this is a genuine compliment. So I was attached to the outcome that she would like it instead of just saying, listen, dude, great tie, or ma'am, that's an awesome bag. My sister's really looking for one. Whatever the case is, the attachment is you're attached to the outcome. That's the chaos. That's the ego. What are they going to say to it? Okay. Yeah, attachment is 100%. It's really, really, really hard. You don't do it once. You do it forever. You do it forever, every day. You are practicing. You get off the path, then you get back on. And hopefully it's a shorter off the path. That's it. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. I'm going to pop out. I'm going to go make some money so I can eventually public speak and get it out there and all this word and get better at my life and actually, get into my true self. Have an amazing day.